Kayleen, Mark, welcome back.
So it's actually our kind of our second day in Gorame, which is going backwards a little bit. We've got Turkey, then we've got Cappadocia, and then Gorame. And Gorame is a small township.
In Cappadocia.
In Cappadocia. That,
or some of them say Cappadocia. I don't know.
Well, we'll get there.
And we are currently on the rooftop of our hotel, which is the Rose Cave Hotel. It's just a small family business. They have about 7 rooms. They're currently renovating up here. We'll take you a little bit of show you around. So it's a little bit of a construction area at the moment. It's very rustic, but that is a bit what the town is like. So
this is how you blend in when you're in Cappadocia, like, you know, like this.
This is our hotel, coming out the side door. Stepping out. It's time to start looking around. You have the microphone, so you're allowed to speak.
Oh, Rose Cave Hotel. It's nice how they decorate things.
Is that the electric box? Look at that.
That it would be.
There you go.
Wow.
We have changed it up. We've got our boots on, and we're going to start exploring. So, follow along, subscribe, hit the like button, and let's see our next adventures here in Gorame. If you come into Cappadocia, see these streets, and see these boots, and see these boots. Don't look the sexiest, but they're the best boots. They are Merrell's, and they are waterproof. They are strong, and they are so, so comfy. Another cave hotel, and a cave. Which way from here?
Down the right, through Kaymar.
We're going right, are we? Construction site. Oh, lots of people working now. Here we go. Construction work, Turkey style, and Mark is doing some quality control. It's amazing though. So as we stand here and look at the construction, Mark was very excited because
They finally got their doors delivered early. Like in Australia, in the building industry, they wait until after they need it before they order the doors. But here we're still doing foundations and footings, and the doors have been delivered.
And what about their construction style, Mark?
Well, yeah, I don't know if it'd pass health and safety in Australia, but yeah, the split planks for the scaffolding are pretty good. You know, a couple of 6-inch nails holding it together. It's pretty epic. But I guess what they lose in finesse, they make up in quality, because the retaining wall down here has got to be at least, what, 3.5, 4 foot thick. So that'll hold pretty much anything up.
So we have made it, we did about a 20-minute walk, and we have come up to the outdoor museum, and behind me, so it seems like there's a car park down further, and that you have to pay if you have got your car or bus, and I think if you do tours, but so far we haven't had to pay anything, and we are going to go up and explore all of these caves, outdoor museum, pigeonholes, you name it, we'll find out more info.
Yeah, so on the walk up the big hill to get to the historic area, thought we'd go looking for the lavender farm, but haven't found that in all the rocks. Nice place to make your tea though. And I like the improvised umbrella. The creativity around here is fantastic. They really get into things. Yeah, in Australia we'd throw that out. Over here, they turn it into a teepee and a tea making stand, looking for the lavender farm.
We found some horses up here. They're tied up. Oh, there's even a black one as well. They're enjoying the grass. The view back over here.
The standalone condominium over here. It's
Condo.
1 horsepower in the front yard.
And then the one phallic one right here. So we're going to walk up further. Mark is checking it out. He's put his water bottle up here.
That's the refrigerator.
Your refrigerator.
That's it, gets the westerly winds.
It's quite steep though walking up here. Just come up, thought we'd sit on our new outdoor dining room, or you could cut it out, could become a dunny.
It's actually IKEA's latest piece of furniture.
But look at that view. Even if it is starting to rain, there's people up in there. So we found shelter
in the horses stable. Yeah, Kayleen picked it because it was the closest.
And the little horse looked back at us.
What are you doing in my shelter?
And here we are. And here, this is obviously where he sleeps at night. And poops.
So if you can imagine back in the day, just after BC, Roman legions were coming through the area. Christians were hiding. Through their engineering, and quite rightfully so, they took high positions, so they dominated the high ground. So Roman legions would be coming up from down in the valley areas here, making their way up, and they can defend themselves in the higher areas, and they come into the luxury penthouse now. Like most modern living, even back in that day, a lot of modern convenience was created. So over here we've got the general dining area and lounge room, TV room. Worship stands are here, so you can put your big screen TV inset into the wall here. Smaller areas to keep the heating, central heating. Over this area here, room for the pots and pans, small pantry area, which opened up into the larger area here, which is actually inset down here for your fireplace. So this has become the cooking oven. Across to the sides here, you've got lovely room for the bookshelves over here, and another bookcase across here. This one's actually quite decoratively ornamented, painting and so forth, shaped nicely like the cat's ears. Even down here, I found they must have knew it was coming, because there's even an iPhone stand that you can put your iPhone in. So I thought that was quite creative. If we move our way off, this is a one-suiter, so you know it's not the top of the line. But across this way here, we have a modern bedroom. And even in the modern bedroom, central heating. We've got a fireplace off to the left-hand side here. And across over to the right-hand side, another place for your iPhone in the corner there. And also the closet space. So quite luxury living. Keeps the dirt out by having raised footsteps. And opens up to a panoramic view every morning that you wake up. So guys, I know we just had a little bit of fun talking about the architecture and so forth, but in all seriousness, and I'll get Kayleen just to step back a little bit and focus in on this wall, you can see the shaping in the walls when you're back a little bit further. You can see it's circular in shape in some areas, and you know, increasing arcs across here. And especially in the ceiling, you can see the score lines. You know, it's particularly pronounced through this area here. And it's just fascinating to understand that this was created thousands of years ago. So you could imagine this entire area was chipped out by hand, and I'd suggest looking at the scoring, you know, it's been chipped out by stone. It's quite incredible what was achieved by hand.
So what are the little holes in?
Defects in the rock, I would say. I'm not sure what these would be. You know, maybe holding points or something like that. You know, if you put your feet here, hang on to an area like this to chip up into the corners. I don't really know, but it's quite fascinating. When you stand back here, and I haven't pasted out, but we'll put some info down below. I'd suggest that there's at least, there's probably 100 cubic metres of rock that's been excavated out of the side of this rock. Quite incredible to do that by hand.
Well, we haven't even come that far in. However, as you can see, we've come up quite high. And while this looks amazing, you have to see behind us. Look.
And we didn't get the best seat in town either, because it is just about there.
Yeah, there's a lounge.
There's a lounge chair. And a little bit behind that, I don't know if you can pick it up, but there's a cave there and someone's got a door on there. So it looks like that's where someone lives.
Look at this. And like, while there are tours that you can do, and we've seen so many videos of the green tour and the red tour, and you know, they're fantastic, don't get me wrong. I mean, we haven't done them, but we just love to explore and see what's around the next corner. And make sure you have good walking shoes, because it can be a bit slippery, so you want a good grip on them. And we haven't even done over that side. We're going to try and attempt to go up and over.
Got the new lounge suite and the IKEA furniture stuck in the cave somewhere. Maybe she didn't like my tour.
I don't want to travel 26 hours on the other side of the world and then go, oh, we should have really done that. Because we don't like being around crowds. And tours, that's more the thing. So here is a tip. This is the post office in here and the money exchange.
So
and
when you also look up the post office, if you're from Australia, it's the PTT.
Yes.
Is post office.
Yes. Now, they have a siesta from 12 to 1:30. Good tip to know. And they're open till 5 o'clock. I think they opened at like 9 or something like that. However, we got a little bit stunned. We only took a couple of $100 that we exchanged in Australia for Turkish lira. The rates were actually better in Australia than they were here. So, I mean, maybe the rates have just changed, but we were amazed. We thought that it would have been better off doing it here.
So ballpark, about 20% less on the currency exchange here than what we got in Australia.
So come out here and you can see what the roads are like a little bit.
These are the good roads.
Yeah. And they are actually. We've got cool little restaurants everywhere and little cave hotels. We're gonna wander down this street and find a restaurant that someone gave us a tip to, or no, we're going up here and going to the left. It's all over the place. But look how cute this one is. Wow. The Grand Cappadocia. That really is kind of grand, isn't it? So I think this one has seen better days, but it's got Cappadocia vintage rent-a-car. I've seen some of the other fancy ones. They also do photos with these. And you just...
She's a classic.
Here's a classic. And then you can see out over here. And everywhere you go, there's all tour companies. Blue tour, red tour, green tour. And apparently, you just can't park anywhere. Whichever way you want to park. Face whichever way. You see all the cave hotels in the distance as well. Very interesting streets. We're going to cross the bridge of the flowing stream. There are all these little market stands. You're just going to walk along here. So we are the next day. We have come back and yeah, a lot of people. So when we're talking about that, it's the tourist big groups like this that it's not maybe it's an anxious thing. I kind of feel trapped from so many. And we have seen some videos where, you can get caught up in a group, but we'll see how we go. We're here, we're doing it. We're taking one for the team. Let's do this. window. The temperature really drops when you're in here, doesn't it? Stones may fall due to seasonal conditions. Here's hoping not. Oh. Wow. Let's do it. Wow. Look at the view back. So up in here that went to the dark church, it's an extra 100 and a part of it is closed. So we came down and this is just beautiful. You come out here under the tree, a little bit quieter, and we find Mark out here. What do you think?
I think the views are sensational.
Oh, so people walk down and around that way. So maybe we think this is like a dining table. They sit on one corner here. This is really nicely how this is done. It's very solid timber. Oh, it's very dark. We need Mark. Oh, look through there. We are very high up. There are some steep stairs. And like they're big steps.
And the church pews that you can sit through here.
I like how the light, they've lit that up.
Yeah, a little bit of lighting through.
This is the first one that we've seen like this.
Yeah, and we're kind of 2/3 the way through.
And there's a little cafe next door. The smell's amazing. Wish you could smell it.
Maybe a Turkish coffee.
Maybe. Let's have a look. Watch your step.
So if you're going to come here, skip leg day on your workout because you'll get your leg day workout here.
Oh, wow. Turkish coffee. This is nice. Look, and you can sit down here. It's very quaint. There's a winery. We'll have to check out a winery. Not that we haven't done enough wineries. Mark's found some goodies. He's found love tea.
Love tea. Turkish coffee, one cappuccino is ready.
Apple tea.
Wow. How quaint is this?
Goodbye, enjoy your meal.
Wow.
So cheers guys, Turkish coffee. Beautiful little cave that they've cut out. The ladies behind the counter are lovely. And the tourism gets really, really busy in summer, they're telling us. But the interesting part here, and some of the things you need to get to appreciate, mentioned before, do your leg workout, skip it. Come here and do your leg workout. The steps are huge, a lot of different heights in the stairs, and it's quite steep. But all the coffee and everything that they do here, they've got to carry up by shoulder. So they don't bring anything up by vehicles. They literally, everything that you would have walked if you've come up here is carried up in 20-litre containers. So they do that in the evenings, and they refurbish all the stores with all the cold drinks, all the water for the coffee machine and tea, and all the replenishment items. Quite fascinating. There's a lovely little spot to sit, but as the lady said, in summer it's very, very busy here.
So this is the type of artwork that we were talking about. You can see the faces. A bit scratched out, but then up here you can see the faces are in.
So we found the secret. There are still people living in the caves here. You'll see over the top, we've got all the pigeon holes all the way across the other side for the pigeon poo, which goes in the garden of old mate that lives down in the valley. But he hasn't used his pool in a few days.
Just a bit.
Needs some chlorine in that one.
Okay, now this is not even peak season. Just to give you an idea. Got their flag. Wow, and we came early. It's about 11:15 now. Is it okay now that I say I didn't like people?
Show me how to get out.
I actually don't know. How do we get out? What?
Hello doggy. Hello doggy. Hello doggy. So guys, I guess comes down to a little bit of a summary. Yeah, we made the decision. We've travelled halfway around the world to come to Turkey and have a look at these places that Kayleen had picked out. For me personally, I have to say that the tourist area that we went into, it's only 300 liras each to get in, so it's not overly expensive as a tourist attraction, but extremely busy. And we did find that lighting in a lot of the areas that you can go into, very dark, so if you are going to come, bring a torch along. But the reality, our walk yesterday, which is Kayleen's panning around now, there is a lot of al fresco, you know, the paintings and so forth, inside a lot of those caves that you can see that we're panning across now. The scenery up around this area is spectacular before you actually enter into the actual museum, open air museum area. Me personally, I know, you know, it's something that you go, we've travelled all this way, don't want to miss out, but there's a lot more out here that can be seen, and a lot more freedom, and certainly far less people. So if I had to do it again, I probably wouldn't go into the open air museum. I'd spend more time exploring these outer ridge areas. But again, skip the leg workout because you'll get that down here.
And so stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more, guys.
So we are now going to leave the actual museum and take our life in our hands between getting out of the small car park and with the buses and the tour things. I've never seen anything like this in years of how busy. 10 points.
Just pay the additional insurance on the car, it's all okay.
Yeah, these are very unique. We're not far from where we were.